Hello friends, I am Tushar Mane and today we are going to discuss on topic educational data mining, specifically about intelligent tutoring systems. So all of us are aware of these systems: Siri, Amazon's frequently got together feature, Facebook's friend suggestion feature. These all use data mining and some kind of machine learning algorithms to act intelligent. And this Google car is made up of 100% intelligent components, which is the best example and topmost example of intelligent system. But what about education? So let's move our discussion to the educational field. Khan Academy, Coursera, Udemy are some example of computer-based learning systems, and they are using machine learning algorithms to model the student responses in terms of statistical records, and so that teachers or instructors can analyze the results and the effect of whether student have learned the skill or not, whether student has mastered particular subject or not. There are many more, but they don't use the machine learning algorithms or data mining, or they are not intelligent. For example, NPTEL, they just broadcast the videos, but they are not into the artificial intelligent education system. So these are some key terms while dealing with this ITS. MOOC means Massive Open Online Course. This Khan Academy, then EduX, then Udemy, Coursera, these fall under this MOOC. MOOT means collection of huge collection of textbook like Amazon Kindle, then Flipkart ebooks, or we can say Google Books. These are examples, and the recent trends in MOOT is audiobooks. Virtual learning environment and Moodle are platform for us developing our own customized applications for education systems. These are open source and developed in PHP. So all other fields are on the verge of second transformation or already matured. But why intelligent systems uh, came late into educational field? There are two reasons: uh, lack of data sets and lack of strong model to capture student behavior or student skills. uh, though there were some data sets available previously, but they were in incompatible format, or they were lacking storing mechanism for semantic information. So Pittsburgh Science Learning Data Shop leads into this, and they prepared first huge data set for analyzing student data. So they are key player in this intelligent tutoring system. They actually give birth to intelligent tutoring systems. They have collection of huge data set uh, from almost 100 million interaction between student and education software, and they are connected to almost every university in America and England, and they have their own model called uh, moment by moment learning. We will see it very soon, but before that, the what model is comprised of. So these are some aspect of student which results to into that model. So these are detectors, or we can call it as intelligent or automated agent. These are context of behavior. Student may behave different in different conditions, so we need to capture that. Students previous skills or student prior knowledge before starting this course, his or her emotions, stress, engagement, cooperation, collaboration, or when during the process is student more likely to have learned, we call it as moment of learning. These all aspect we need to model. So we have the model to captures such aspect known as moment-by-moment learning model. It is based on Bayesian knowledge tracing algorithm. The output of such algorithm are learning curve. It is statistical linear line graph which indicates students' interest, students' skill over time. The speciality of this moment by moment algorithm that it considers last minute as strong determinant of current behavior of student, and it goes on aggregating the data hierarchically, like problems, lessons, activities, classrooms, school cohorts, regions, and so on. These can be connected to many universities, so two universities can interact with each other. Then another important factor this algorithm considered is urbanity, whether student lives in metropolitan area or rural area. So based on that, they have modeled this moment by moment mathematical model, which is based on stochastic process or random process, which is collection of random variables in probability. Memorylessness means it just look into the numbers. Here is one example, you can refer to it. It just looks at numbers and not the condition. In our case, it will just look at students' response and not how much questions he has previously attempted. And Markov property means uh, when stochastic process is associated with memorylessness property, then it becomes Markov property. In our case, student learning is a stochastic process and state of student over time is Markov property. Bayesian network is again conditional network, or we can call it as event uh, connected by this graph, and these contain values as random variable values, and they clearly show probability dependencies between the events. Dynamic Bayesian network just add time factor into this normal Bayesian network and it become dynamic Bayesian network. Still, that student will be gaining is knowledge component, which will be dependent on many observable factors. For example, his answer to the asked question. Hidden Markov model states that there are latent variables which can be derived from observable variables. In our case, emotional state of student is hidden, it is latent, but his answer to the questions we have asked is known, so we can track his emotional state at particular time. So this is what hidden Markov model states, and based on this we have Bayesian knowledge tracing algorithm, which clearly states that these all things will be binary, either yes or no, correct or incorrect. Regardless of type of question, the ultimate resulting state will be stored in binary form so that we can analyze them more effectively and fastly. This is a Bayesian knowledge tracing model, and these Q nodes are questions which student will be facing, and we will be only visible to this Q as a trainer or educator or teacher. We will be only having access to this Q, and when students submit response, it will be the Bayesian network will be activated and it will carry its work. Here PL0 is probability of initial knowledge, that is prior knowledge student has about that specific subject, or prior knowledge student have before starting the course. PT is transitional probability, where probability of getting mastered or learned is recorded in this PT. This PT shows that, and it will be based on whether student answered it correctly or not. Then there are two possibilities when student answer question: either he fail or he will give it correctly. So when he don't know the answer and he gives it correctly, we will call it as guess, and when he know the answer still he goes wrong, then we will call it as slip. So based on this PG and PS, the value of K will go on changing. Suppose he answers correctly, then K will increase. Suppose he answers wrongly, then K will decrease. The initial value will be, let's assume PL0, as student have no background before joining the course, and as he answers correctly, the value of K will go from 0 to 1, increasing. Our target is to make value of K 1, so that we can conclude student has mastered the course. So this is nothing but model of some kind of questionnaire using which we can model student mastery. And one important thing again, as an educator you can only see the question notes. The rest of the things will be handled by Bayesian network. Now these are some challenges, like validating the models, testing this model on different kinds of data sets, huge data sets is necessary, so that only we can tell that this model is validated. These are not mature models yet, they are need to be generalized, as it is applicable to only specific fields. Suppose we take engineering, then it will be applicable only to engineering technical students. When it will be if we try to apply on art student, then the model will fail. And this all student aspect, his behavior, his stress, prior knowledge, all these aspects need to be modeled or need to be stored in one stream, so that we can analyze effectively. But it is not happening. So these are some research areas you can further explore. And in case of queries, you can write me at tusharesmane@yahoo.com. Thank you for watching. Happy learning.